So welcome back to FPL Weekly. This is our Game Week 1 review, and we'll be talking about our teams as well as the players who played well in terms of FPL. So Bruce, how did your team perform in Game Week 1?
My team started off very strong with 72 points. I had Ryan at the back who didn't impress a lot, but his fixture also was difficult, so not an issue. He gave me 1 point. Then I had James Justin, who was a standout. A lot of people spoke about him in the first half once it ended that he is not fit for his position and this and that. But in the second half, he showed who he is with an attacking return, and he won a penalty for Jamie Vardy that Vardy converted later on. So James Justin is going to stay in my team. Next, I had Kyle Walker-Peters, who gave me 1 point. In terms of FPL, it was bad, but he really played well against Crystal Palace. So he's going to stay in my team. Then we had Trent Alexander-Arnold, everybody's favorite, who disappointed. He gave just 1 point, but in the long term, he's going to be there. He's going to score about 170, 180 points for sure. So I'm not taking him off. Next in the midfield, I had Aubameyang, who I told you all to captain, but in the end, I did not captain him because I went for Mohamed Salah, who scored 3 goals. He was exceptional. 3 goals. That is every fantasy manager's dream as a captain. And I had Heung-min Son, who I did speak about last week in terms of the Everton style of play. It is going to bother him. It did bother him. For a runner like Son, it's difficult to cross the style of play of Everton. So that's fine. He might be transferred out this week. Then I had Saint Maximin, who I believe Jeff Hendricks wore his boots for the week. Jeff Hendricks gave his attacking returns. But anyways, coming to my forwards, I had Mitrovic, whom we did not know that he had a hamstring issue, but later we got to know about that. So he was on the bench for the first half. He just came for the second half for about 40 minutes or so. Gave us 1 point. That's bad. But I think he should start next. So he's going to stay in my team. Then we had Timo Werner, everyone's favorite. Very electric. Very good. He was too fast, too good. He gave just an assist for this week. And one important thing to keep in mind is he's not on penalties. And the last one was Che Adams, who disappointed me. He's going to be off. He's not going to stay in my team. He was very bad. Danny Ings, his partner, performed very well. He had lots of shots on target. So that was my game week points at 72, and good start to the season.
So Chris, how did your team perform in this game week?
So my team performed above the average, I would say. Not that good, what I expected from game week 1. But yeah, it performed very decent. So my team had McCarthy in the back. So yeah, McCarthy performed like very decent. Like I wasn't expecting much from McCarthy in 4.5 price range. So yeah, it gave me what I wanted. And then I had Saliba for different reasons. I believed in Saliba. I thought after watching the FA Cup final, Saliba performing quite good and having potential, I thought Arteta would give him a chance, his PL debut. And like, so that's the reason I believed in Saliba, but he was not at all in the substitute also and not in the playing 11 also. So that's where I lost some points. And then I had, fortunately, Mitchell in my playing 11, and that gave me 6 points, which no one else gave. Like all the 7.5 defender, not the 4.5 defender, but a 4 million defender, Mitchell. And he was really good in terms of playing also, not in just terms of FPL, in terms of playing also. And so I think Mitchell would be a fix in my team for upcoming good fixtures of Crystal Palace. And then in my midfield, apart from all Aubameyang, Salah, and Son, I had Soucek. Soucek performed very decently, and I think it was a tough fixture. And we all know West Ham United has very tough fixtures this season, which will not be easy for all the West Ham United players. But I still believe in Soucek. He was really good, and I feel like all the whatever goals West Ham United scores, Soucek will have a goal contribution in it. So I still believe in Soucek, and it's in a 5 million range. I feel Soucek is perfect, and I'll keep in my team. So that was my
Okay,
team
Chris.
scoring 54 points.
Okay. So actually, I had a good game week, around 66 points. So I would take it as a good week. So I had like instead of Che Adams, like as Bruce was talking, I had a similar team to Bruce, but instead of Che Adams, I had DCL in my team. So he got me a goal and he scored around 8 points. And in defense, I had Vinagre in my team, but surprisingly he didn't start, and I had Justin on my bench. So Justin gave me the 9 points push in the end, and I got to 66 points. But I had Oba as my captain. If I had put the armband on Salah, I would have got around 79 points. So that was just a mistake from my hand. But it was okay. Oba was a good captain for this game week, so yeah, it works. So starting with the defenders, I think Sais was the one to have in your teams. Like he literally played as a second striker in the second half. So at 5 million range, there are even more defenders like Sais. So Bruce will talk about them. So Bruce, who do you think like in the 5 million range are the defenders to get in your team?
I think somebody who gives you a good option is Jamal Lewis, not at 5 but at 4.5. He was exceptional on the wing. He almost played like a right winger rather than a left winger, sorry, rather than a left back. He was damn good. He had three chances created, three key passes, and that is something big. That is something that Jonjo Shelvey equaled, and Jonjo Shelvey is supposed to be the key player in that team, but Jamal Lewis had three key passes. So I think I'll go for Jamal Lewis, maybe not now, but in the coming two game weeks, because he's impressed a lot and he has potential for big attacking returns as well as defensive returns.
Okay, Chris, who do you have in mind in the high million range, like for 5, 5.5, 6 million range? Who did perform well?
So in the 5.5 and 6 million range, for me, the one who topped is Lucas Digne, Everton. So Lucas Digne was, as we know, he performed last season also exceptionally well. And this season, Everton looking more strong and Lucas Digne having more responsibility and more contribution in it. I felt he was up to the standards. And looking at the Everton fixtures and team, he'll be performing more and more good. He was last season. He was just behind Alexander Arnold and Robertson in terms of assists with 7 assists. So that's the reason I feel I see a more believe in Lucas Digne in 6 million range. And in 5.5 million, I think Castagne with the PL debut, I think he impressed all of us with the Leicester game. And with such great potential of feeding goals and getting the ball and recovering and tackles, I think Castagne with 5.5 million range is a very good option, and he'll be there for a while in Leicester City.
I think another player on my watch list is Gabriel. At 5 million range, an Arsenal defender. I know it's a little tough to get him inside our teams, but he had a dream debut, like played wonderfully well in the defense and even scored a goal. So if he can keep the performances coming, so he can be one to, be in my team. So yeah, let's talk about the midfielders now. So in the midfield, obviously Salah scored a hat trick, and everybody like want him in our teams now. And apart from that, I think Willian was like too good. He gave like 3 assists on his PL debut for Arsenal. So I think he's another player on my watch list, and he has already risen in price as well. So I want him in my team. I'm trying to fit him like where I can get him in my team. So let's see. And what do you think about Hendrik, Bruce? Is he a one-game wonder?
Hendricks, when it comes to him, he was playing a different role in yesterday's game, in that game which Newcastle played. I think that kind of a role usually Giorgio Shelby plays in that particular place. But maybe due to the manager tactics, he played that particular role. In the long term, I don't think Hendricks is going to give points that he gave last week. I think Saint Maximan is going to give those kind of points that we think Hendricks is going to give. So it's a no from me.
Okay, and what do you think about Harrison? How did he perform for Leeds?
When you're talking about Harrison, you're talking about a premium Leeds midfielder. The way he drifted apart from, he was going through Alexander Arnold, the top Liverpool defender. He was going through Joe Gomez. So clean. It was as if like he's playing a Sunday league game. He could also be maybe how Jack Grealish was last season. He started at 5.5 million and he ended up in the 6 to 7 million range. So when you're talking about him, I think he has big potential for the season. And in the coming 1 or 2 game weeks, he's definitely going to be in my team if Saint Maximin doesn't perform.
Okay, looks good. So, and Chris, what do you think about Crystal Palace midfielders like Zaha and Townsend? They did perform well, and as a team, Crystal Palace performed well against Southampton.
So Zaha, we all know, is a very important player for Crystal Palace. And looking at the preseason also, I had a lot of belief in Zaha that he'll have a great PL season this year. In the preseason, out of 5 goals, Zaha had 3 goal contributions. So I think Zaha, whenever Crystal Palace will score, Zaha will have a contribution, being such a key player in the Crystal Palace. So at the 7 million range, I think Zaha won't disappoint. And looking at the game week one, how well Crystal Palace played defensively and offensively, so I think Crystal Palace will have a good season, along with Zaha having a great season this year with lots of points.
Okay, so let's talk about forwards now. So I think DCL was in my team and he performed really well. He played like the number 9 role for Everton. And apart from him, I think Werner played really well. He looks like the real deal for Chelsea. Like he's the one who is going to score goals. He's very electric. So I think he performed well. And apart from them, like Bruce Mitrovic didn't perform as we expected. So, do you think what is his replacement? Who should we target to get him get inside our teams?
Mitrovic did not perform only because he didn't start and the fixture was difficult. I do have a little trust in Mitrovic. I think over the time he's going to give us points. But if you're thinking of taking him off, I think a great option is Patrick Bamford at 5.5, but now he's increased to 5.6 over the last 24 hours. He's got a price increase. But I still think that Patrick Bamford is going to give you the goals because the goals are coming through him. The goals from Leeds are coming through him. So I think we should go for Patrick Bamford.
Okay, and Chris, what do you think about Jimenez? How did he perform? Like, are you looking to get him inside your team?
Jimenez from past 2 seasons is absolutely crazy, like a beast of Wolves. And this season also, I have no doubts having him performing for Wolves again. And so, but still, people sleep on him. I don't know for what reasons, but people should look at him. And with getting the 8.5 range, Jimenez is very good. He scored as much as the goals as Anthony Martial last season, which is at 9 million, and Jimenez is point 0.5 less. So I think Jimenez will have again a great season, scoring around 16 to 18 goals this season also, and main attack for Wolves. And so there's no question that he won't perform, and he'll have a great season with a lot of goals. I think.
Yeah, even I think Jimenez
I
is a
agree
safe
with that.
buy.
Just like Jimenez is the target man for Wolves, Patrick Bamford is the target man for Leeds. I feel this
Yes.
season, even in the preseason, all of their goals have come through him, or either at least the one pass before the goal has come through him. So I feel Patrick Bamford is the Jimenez of Leeds United.
So I think Jimenez is a safe buy for FPL managers because he doesn't score the double figure hauls often. He's like he'll get you 1 points one goal every week. He'll get you 7 to 8 points, and he's never a captain option for FPL managers. So that's what stops FPL managers for getting him inside your teams. If you're looking for a safe buy, then he's the one to go for.
Yeah,
So
sure,
yeah,
sure.
let's talk about some differentials like the ones who didn't get the FPL points, but they played really well and passed our eye test. So one player that stood out for me was Richarlison. So the game he had, the chances he had, like he could have literally scored a hat trick. So I think he's the one in my watch list, and if he performs well, like he'll get a slot in my team. So who do you have in mind, Chris?
So for me, the one who stood out as a gameplay, but not through the FPL points, would be Lamte. Lamte was amazing for the Brighton, like the way he feed the balls to the midfield and the attack was amazing. And with having such potential at such young age, I think Lamte will stood out for Brighton for this whole season. Brighton playing only three at the back and Latte moving up a bit forward helped him a lot for feeding goals to the Brighton. But yeah, Brighton had a tough day, but they played really well, and Lamptey had a great role playing in that. And I think so. With the upcoming game weeks, Lamptey would really be the key player, one of the key players of Brighton. So yeah.
And Bruce, who do you have in mind? Who stood out for you?
I think Matt Doherty didn't give us points, but the way he played was really good. He had a shot also on goal. He has a lot of attacking role to play in that particular team. I told you Everton's style of play is going to challenge Tottenham. So don't think about just this one fixture, this one performance of theirs. Matt Doherty is definitely going to give us points in the coming future. And also, yes, Lamptey was damn good. And Kyle Walker-Peters did not give us points, but I'm 100% sure that he's going to give us points in the coming future.
Yeah, and I think the in the 4.5 million range, Kyle Walker-Peters, Lamptey, and even if you consider an Arsenal defender, Rob Holding, so he's also a good option to keep in your teams
Rob
if you
Holding.
can't go for a yeah, if you can't go for a Tierney or a Gabriel. So even he can be in your teams, like if he plays consistently.
I think Arsenal will have a very good season defensively under Arteta with all the good defense this year. I think they will have a lot of clean sheets. So Rob Holding is not a bad option for 4.5. He'll give you clean sheets and the 6 points you need.
Yeah, exactly. And one more player I have in mind is James Rodriguez. He's like back from Real Madrid. Like he had like good games there, but he was not playing well. Like after that, he got loaned at Bayern and as well many other teams. But now coming to the Premier League, he had a very good performance. And what do you think, Bruce? Like, did he play well, or did you like him?
James Rodriguez has a rope tied to Ancelotti. That's what I feel. Yes, he did play well. He had his long passing is damn good. In terms of FPL, we'll have to wait and watch. I don't think it's too. I think it's too early to make a decision on this, but we should wait and watch because he is quite expensive. So and there are better options at that in that price range. So maybe we'll wait for about 3 to 4 game weeks, see how he performs, and then get him in before his price increase.
So that's it from our end, and we'll be coming with a Game Week 2 preview soon. So yeah, stay tuned and good luck.